Hey everyone, here we are, just past 1k for a nice easy 10k run. This is the first session, first week of a training plan. I think it's running for about 8 weeks. But I just want to take you on this journey for someone that can run a sub 50 minute 10k. There's a bit of history to catch you all up. I've been running for about, let's do that again. You might be wondering, who am I? Well, I've been running for about 4.5 years. Mostly running. Sometimes it's on and off, because running constantly all year round and consistently is bloody hard. It is really hard. And every so often I'd love to take like 2-3 months off, which is never great because that just means everything you built up puts you back. But hey, live life how you want to live it, right? I've been running for 4.5 years. When I first started running, I was about, I think, 15 stone. Should we go this way? I have no idea what 15 stone is in kilos, probably around 100, 108, something like that. But over the past 4.5 years, I've managed to shave off my weight, and that's how I'm currently, as of 2 days ago, ran a 49 minute 20 second 10k, which for me is a massive achievement given where I used to be. Now, you might be thinking, well, I mean, I can't lose weight. I struggle to lose weight. And yes, that is exactly where I was. And losing weight is still bloody hard. It is not easy, despite running a sort of, I guess, an average weekly mileage of around, I don't know, 30k. No, I tell a lie. Between 30 and 50k. Right, mixture of easy runs, slow runs, intervals, fast-paced stuff, you name it. But if you want to lose weight, like what I've done, the best way is just to turn up consistently and to exercise for, I don't know, 30 minutes. Sorry. Should have let that car go, to be honest with you. My bad. But yeah, consistency is king, both with running and losing exercise. You want to improve your times, you want to get quicker, you want to lose the weight, be consistent with what you're doing. And on the losing weight side, also, I don't want to say watching or tracking, but keeping an eye on not even how much you're ingesting, how much you're eating is also important. That needs to match you're exercising, not day to day, but kind of like week to week. And I say all that from my experience, really. Nothing more than that. I don't follow, well, I don't read any scientific material. Just your average person that might watch YouTube videos and goes out for a run, follows a plan. Yeah, no one's special over here, mate. Anyway, back to the plan. So, like I said, I want to take this session is a 10k easy run. This is to kind of get me back into running a little bit after finishing a plan last week. So that was a 10k plan that I finished, and I ran a 10k race on Sunday the 30th of November, which was a couple of days ago now. And that's where I ran the sub 50 10k. So what's this plan all about? So this plan, really, it's all about just running faster. For the past 2.5 years, I've used and purchased the runner service. That's RUNNA. It is, I would say, very good. It's what's allowed me to get on track, stay on track, and be on track on this running journey. But it doesn't matter. What matters is you do your runs, you do your sessions, you show up, and you be consistent. Doesn't matter what plan you're following. What matters is you're out there doing stuff. Come on, chop chop. So yeah, back to the plan. The plan is 8 weeks long. It is a run faster or getting faster plan in runner. It is not aimed at 5k, 10k, half, marathon, or even an ultra marathon. It is just a run faster. Come on, mate. You got right away. Let's keep your eyes on the road, mate. Come on. Instead of looking at your damn phone. Yeah, it's not focused on any particular distance. It's just you using kind of where I'm currently at in terms of mileage, effort, current running time for 10k. It's just to say, yo, just get me faster. So I think off the top of my head, I think for 5k, my current time roughly for 5k is, and I ran this in the 10k race a couple of days ago, is about, I don't know, I'm running like 23:44, something like that, 23:40 within the 10k. If I ran a 5k race, I would probably say that I would run close to 23 minutes, probably. But it wouldn't be much faster, to be honest with you. than what I ran in the 10k race. Oh man, I hate hills. Look at that. This is what happens when you go up a hill. Your heart rate spikes. Oh, I just need to get it down for this easy effort. So yeah, my 5k time should reduce by about 1 minute 10 seconds, something like that. 10k time, a couple of minutes. Half marathon, I think is about, it should reduce by about 15 minutes. And marathon time should reduce probably by about 20 minutes. But to be honest with you, it's a bit of a guesstimate for half marathon and marathon, because this training that I'm doing for the next 8 weeks is to run faster. It is more akin to 5k and 10k distances, or anywhere in between. So yeah, that's kind of the plan at the minute for the next 8 weeks. Just to run through maybe a bit of the types of sessions that I have. There'll be a mixture of easy runs, tempo runs, intervals around sort of threshold pace, if that makes any sense. Long runs. I think my first long run's something like 20k this week, which for someone like me is okay. I can run 20k no problem on no gels, don't take any water, food out with me, that's not a problem, as long as it's not too hard. If it's hard, then I need some gels for obvious reasons. Need to keep my carbs topped off if I'm running hard during a long run. But generally easy runs, half marathon, 20k distances, pretty straightforward for me at this point, which is interesting to say, because when I first started, this was like the first few months frankly, when I first started running, I don't think I could even jog, and I mean slowly jog, like 400 meters. I mean, admittedly, back then, I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to, it was like lockdown. Just wanted to get out, run for mental health reasons. Nothing more than that, to be honest. But now I know what I'm doing. Kinda. I still follow plans because I cannot be bothered to deal with that side of it. But if anyone's starting out new, like you're doing couch to 5k, I think couch to 5k is okay. I have looked at that plan many years ago. I think the problem with it is figuring out how fast you need to run. What I would say is you run what feels comfortable. And what does that even mean? Well, what I would consider comfortable if you're just starting out is, well, this is easier to do on a treadmill. Walk as fast as you can, and you have to be walking, and then you just increase the pace like little by little until you start jogging, and it'll feel like a slow jog and it'll feel horrendous, but that's kind of where you got to start. And it might be a case of you run for 400 meters, you run for 200 meters, and then you start walking again, get your breath back, lower your heart rate, that's fine. Kind of treat it like an interval almost, right? Lightly jog 400 meters, walk for a couple of minutes, that's fine. Keep going, 20 minutes, half hour, or until you finish the Couch to 5k session. But that's the pacing where I would say you should start, and that's going to be different for everyone. I think when I first started, let's play around 9.5 minutes per kilometre. Probably, I've no idea, I don't remember, but I feel like it was that slow. But yeah, that is my plan. What else have I got these 8 weeks? Family holiday. Family holiday is going to get in the way, that's for sure. Off abroad to visit family for about 8-9 days, which will be nice. It's a warm country, it'll be nice, it'll be sweet, it'll be warm, much warmer than the UK, because it's currently between 2 to 10 degrees, although it was 13 degrees the other day, but hey. So it'd be nice to go somewhere warm, see family, etc. But the problem with holidays, the time away from home, is it's routine. Routine is it's kind of key. It's kind of what keeps you consistent, really. And when you're on holiday, and everyone knows this, alright, try not to get run over here. When you're on holiday, everyone always knows that routine goes out of the window. Always, always, always. And I think when I go away, I try to stay on track with my training. It might mean that I have to do a shorter session. It might mean I have to skip a session, or rearrange my week. It doesn't really matter. I think going back to what I said near the start is just getting out there and being consistent is really all you need to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy running mainly for mental health reasons, but don't want to wake up in the freezing cold. Well, don't want to wake up where it's lovely and warm at home, and don't want to go out in the freezing cold where it's like 2 degrees, 0 degrees. Hell no. No one does. But and half the battle is just turning up. What do I mean by turning up? All I mean is turning up just means you get out the damn door and you put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's hard, and that's half the battle. But yeah, going away is going to be tricky. Just need to plan around that week as best as I can. But apart from that, it's going to be a pretty straightforward training plan almost. That's my only interruption, other than standard day-to-day life. I do have a family, and finding the time to run, finding the time to exercise is hard, particularly when you as a person is the one that you might need to deal with the little one a bit more than your other half. But you work it out between you. Sometimes you might need to be a little selfish. I know I am. And what do I mean by be a little selfish? Well, you need, if you want to do things in life, sometimes you need to have your little selfish moments. For me personally, that's going to be running, as mentally that helps me out massively. I don't suffer from any mental health issues, I'm going to add, never have. But that's not to say that in the past I haven't been depressed. I have been, and running helps me to keep depression at bay and anything else that's negative. But yeah, family life can be hard. Be selfish. My selfish day, I have one selfish day a week, and that ties in with work. And when the little one's at home with my partner. Let's try not to get run over again. Like Wednesdays is my works team day when we're all supposed to be in the office. So that day, the little ones at home with the missus, they do whatever they want to do. And after I finish work for the day, I will go to the gym. And that's my one selfish day. At the gym I'll do like a run and strength and conditioning. It's the only time I get to do strength and conditioning, because it's the only time I get access to proper gym equipment. I am signed up for a gym, and I used to go like 3 days a week, 2 or 3 days a week, but just with but that was back in, that was a number of months ago when I was doing that, when I was able to, because let's try not to get run over again. We're okay. That was a time when the missus had some more time at home and the shifts were a bit more flexible, or fit into nursery hours for a little one a bit more. And that's why I could go to the gym 2-3 times a week. Whereas now, and for the foreseeable future, I have one day really, where I can go to the gym and do strength and conditioning and have that time to myself. To be honest, sometimes I will call the missus when I'm at the gym. I'll be pounding out a session on the treadmill and we'll be talking. It just depends, but yeah, that's my one day. So be selfish. You kind of have to be selfish with this stuff a little bit, but you're always going to compromise, particularly if you've got a family or you've got a partner. Oh, it's a bit of a long rant, I might add. Where are we up to? 4.4k. Running about 6:45 per kilometre pace. Woo! It's nice and easy, this bit. It's all downhill. All downhill. Nice and easy on the legs. And it should be an easy run, but unfortunately where I live, it's a little hilly. We're at the top of a hill, so the only way out is down. And sometimes the only way back in, well, always back in, it's up. And sometimes to get out again, it's up another hill and another hill, which is what's happened today. Yeah, nice decline, nice and easy. So why, some of you might be wondering, why have I started doing some videos? Well, main reason, the missus bought me a camera. What is it, an Insta360 camera that can interchange the lenses on it to like 360 or to fixed. So this is using the fixed lens, and yeah, I've hardly used it, and I was planning to use it for running, but just planning around it is a bit tricky. Sometimes it's always last minute, and in terms of going out and running, and it's always a bit of a rush. I always forget it. So now that I've started a training plan, I am going to try and take you on this 8-week journey at the very least. So here I am, first video, first session of a new training plan. This is why I wanted to start doing videos, I guess. But I also want to share my knowledge, talk to somebody, talk to you, just give you my thoughts. It's more of a running commentary run, is this? And that's probably the style that it's going to be, to be honest with you, at least in this show. I don't want to put too much effort into these. If you want to come with me on a journey, that's fine. If you want to use it for ASMR because I'm on a main road, then you want to hear cars going by, you want to hear a dreadful voice drown you to sleep, that is also fine. Try not to get run over again. Whee! So yeah, it's more about the journey and to potentially help other people out there, really. I think for me personally, I'm quite a open person. Not quite, I am, both from a personal perspective and from a work perspective. Should never be a blame game, should never be one-sided. And I'd like to share the knowledge that I have. I'd like to share my thoughts whilst I'm on these sessions. There is going to be a time, and I'm going to say pretty soon, probably within week 3 or 4, I would say, whereby it's going to be a hard session. It's going to be like an interval session or like a pyramid session. So a pyramid session is where you'll start off at a short distance, and then the pyramid is you increase the distance, but your pacing gets slower. So it might be like 200 meters, 400 meters, 600 meters. Sometimes that's missed, sometimes it's like 800 meters, 1k, and then 1.6k. And then once you hit, so that 1.6k or like 1k will be like your peak of the pyramid or the base. I don't know. I always think it's backwards. And then you gotta come back down it. So once you've done that 1k or 1.6k distance, you'll then come back down. So it'll be like 800 meters, 600 meters, 400 meters, 200 meters, and your pacing will increase again. It essentially matches. It's like a mirror, right? It's just mirrors. They're hard, man. They're pretty hard, particularly if you're not in good shape, because you've started off. Starting off is easy, right? 200 meters, 400 meters at a fast pace, so easy. But when you get into like 800 meter territory, 1k territory, oh, it's hard. It is. It can be hard. And equally, like, because you've done 1k at that point, or 1.6k at that point, you gotta come back down and get faster again. Like, do it. The 800's usually not too bad. It's usually like 400 and 200 that kills you off. Absolutely kills you off, because you're running really fast and your legs are dying. The lactic is just in your legs and you just don't have the strength to push through. It's not like you don't have the cardio for it. With that type of session, you'll always have the cardio, really. It's just the legs, the lactic in the legs. It's so hard, but that's kind of part of the training, right? Yes, it's hard, but you've also got to teach your body to you've also got to teach it to run on like a hurting body, right? That might be, I don't know, you feel like you got a stitch because you're pushing so hard and you're pushing through it. Might be because your legs have got so much lactic in, or you feel so weak, and you've got to push through it, because that's how you build your strength. And to be honest, if you are anything like me, you might struggle in that session. You might not hit some of those pacing targets. You might be off by like 1, 2, 3, 5 seconds. But you know what? If you hit those targets and or you finish the session, you will be happy about it. You will be so happy. Like, when I finish a hard session, I mean, I'm tired and I want to fall asleep. I want to have like 1-2 hour nap, but I always feel very what's the word? It's the runner's high that they always talk about, and they, as in other runners, running YouTube channels, whatever, it does exist. And I think it exists mainly because of self-accomplishment, right? It's like what you've accomplished. Like, mentally, like, running does me good. But one of the things with running that it does for me is, and this happens pretty much every race, like every time I do a PB or I'm close to my PB, right? It's like the 10k race that I did 2 days ago on Sunday. I essentially got 2 PBs. I got 5k PB, I got 23.54-ish, and I got 10k PB, 59.20. For me, my goal for that race was to run sub 50. That was my A goal. B goal, about 50 minutes, 51 minutes. C goal is always a finish, right? But when I'm PBing, I don't fully cry, but I want to cry. And I don't care that I'm crying and I look like a tool bag. Do you know why? Because for me, I have accomplished something that I've never accomplished in my life. Or maybe for you, you haven't accomplished for a long time, or you've never accomplished. And it's that feeling of, for you, it's an achievement. You have gone from being sat on your backside doing absolutely nothing, which is where I was. Let's try not to get run over again. Yeah, you're sat on your backside, you go to work, you come home, you eat, you sleep, you poop. You go from that, and you know, a few years down the line, you are running sub 50 10Ks, sub 30, sub 25 5Ks. They're achievements, massive achievements for any person. And I always think about my journey when I finish those types of races. even if it is a parkrun. And I just think I have come a long way, and I am happy with my journey. I'm happy with where I am at. And you should try and celebrate it as much as you can. Another long rant. But yeah. Right, where are we up to? Let's do a distance and a time check. It is it's coming through 6 kilometers 20 6:50-ish. This is just an easy run, remember. This is not a paced run. Easy for me is kind of anywhere from 6:30 to 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes, let's say, per kilometre. But for these types of runs, I also keep an eye on my heart rate. And my legs. But mainly it's my heart rate. Like, for these easy runs, and sometimes it's hard to do this, I want to be sticking in zone 2. So on this watch, that's the blue second zone. If I'm in zone 3, that's also okay, as long as if I keep my heart rate under control, that's not a problem. But I like to be in zone 2, because zone 2, oh mate, this is an awful junction. Don't know why I've come this way. Right on. Right, welcome to the world. So always go. Sorry. Don't go. And then we can cross, and there's no cars. Look at that. Just be a little patient. And you'll be okay. You'll survive. But yeah. Heart rate, keep it under control. And also legs. Like right now my legs are not equal. So that's my quads. So I can feel when you run, right, you'll feel which muscles are working out the most. My quads should work out the most, followed by glutes and then calves. But I have a really bad habit of shortening my left stride, so when my left leg extends and hits the ground, it's a little shorter than my right. Doesn't feel like it, but it is. And what that means is my right quad, my right leg, is working out way more than my left. It's not necessarily a problem, just something to keep an eye on when I'm running. Just try to keep that even balance. I also think it's partly because on my left side I don't roll through, so when my foot touches the floor and my foot is on the floor, it's on the floor for a less period of time than my right foot. So it's kind of a mixture of, it's on the floor for less time, which means my body's in a different position and I'm not pushing as much on my left, and my left leg doesn't get worked out as much. At least that's how I'm going to describe it, and at least that's how I'm going to say what the causes are. Because I've done a bit of trial and error in the past, and that's kind of what that's kind of like the causes, right, for me. So yeah, try and keep it even as much as possible. Never will be even, ever, unless you're really good and disciplined, not like me. Right. Bit of an update on this 10k easy run. I'm probably going to be running a bit more than 10k. We're at 8.6, about 7 minutes 10 per k pace. And it's all uphill back. Now, which is fine. Just means I run slower. The main focus for me running uphill, it's not massively uphill, this is the worst bit probably, but the main bit is keeping my heart rate in check, making sure I'm not creeping into zone 4. This is not a zone 4 run, like a tempo threshold run. So, if, like what I'm doing now, it means you gotta walk to get up, then walk. I don't mind walking, and if I do walk uphill, my heart rate's gonna be like zone 3, top of zone 2. So that's okay. Just gotta keep that heart rate in check on these easy runs. It should be conversational pace, really. Which is pretty much what I've done with you lot for this entire run, really. Whew. But yeah, I think by the time that I finish, I'm probably going to be about 10, I don't know, probably 10.5k. I think by the time I'm done. I didn't plan this run in terms of my route. I just roughly know how fast certain distances are. And I didn't want to do an out and back. Out and backs are easy. You just run the same route back that you ran coming out, turn around halfway. Whereas today I just wanted a bit more of a route, a circular route. So I've done quite a bit of out and backs in my previous plan, and it gets a bit boring, really boring. So just got to keep everything in check, keep myself happy, and we'll be all good. And all that bit that I've just ran through has been downhill. It's all declined. That means that you might run a 722 per k pace, for example, but you look at my heart rate, we're down in zone 2, which is great. And that's where I want to be, in zone 2 for this run. But yeah, my next session is tomorrow. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And remember what I said earlier, Wednesdays are my selfish days. So I'm at the gym tomorrow. I'm back at work tomorrow as well. I've been on holiday for the past week and a bit. So it'd be nice to go back to work. And it'd be nice to go to the gym as well after work. Plan for that session is I think it's some form of 400 repeats. I don't even remember. Oh. What's this kid doing? Yeah, indicating left. I have absolutely no idea. Some people need to, and then you do okay, just people have got no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no idea. Yeah, I think it's like intervals or turbo 400s or something like that. I don't know if I'll record that session because I'm in the gym. I might record a little bit of it because I could just put you down on a treadmill and then just blast out a session, but we'll see. Probably not, but I'll give you an update on the next session, which will be Friday. So thank you for joining me on this. I hope you stick around on this weird commentary like series, and I'll see you in the next one.